All right, everybody, welcome back. We are doing a deep dive today, and it's going to be all about Hreflang tags.
Ooh, Hreflang.
Yeah.
I know a little something about those.
You do. And I actually don't really know too much about them, and that's why we have an expert here. So I'm really excited to kind of get into this.
Yeah.
So just to kind of set the stage for everybody, Hreflang tags, those are little bits of code, right?
Yes.
And they tell search engines, mostly we're talking about Google, they're telling Google, like, what language and region the specific web page is meant for.
Right.
So that, like, if you're in France and you're searching in French, you're going to get served the French version of the website, not the English version or something.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to have people going to the wrong version of the website.
Right. And so this deep dive is all about how these Hreflang tags are helping or hurting websites. I mean, I guess they can hurt them if they're not implemented correctly.
Right.
But we're going to find out all about that because we have this great technical SEO report, and we're just going to dive right into it.
Yeah.
So what I was noticing reading through this is that it sounds like there's a lot of upsides to the Hreflang tags.
Yeah, definitely. Like you were saying, they can really help you reach a global audience and just overall provide a better user experience.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like think about it. You land on a website and it's like magically in your language.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to think about it.
Right.
You know, it's using like terms you understand, currency, date formats you're familiar with. That's like the power of Hreflang when it's done correctly.
Wow. Yeah. So it's like,
It's great for the user.
it makes it so much more user-friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the SEO boost, we kind of touched on that. Is that a real thing?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Like, how does that work?
So basically, Hreflang tags, they can help your website rank higher in local search results.
Oh.
So like, you know, you think about it, you're selling like handmade jewelry in France.
Right.
You want those French shoppers to find you easily,
Oh, cool.
you know, when they're searching online.
Yeah.
So Hreflang tags can really help make that happen.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they basically tell Google, hey, this page is specifically for French speakers in France.
Oh, I see.
And that way Google can show it to the right people.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's helping people find you.
Right.
It's helping Google understand
Exactly.
what your site is.
Yeah, it's like providing Google with a really detailed map of all the different language and regional variations of your website.
That's a great analogy. I like that.
Thank you.
And then now the duplicate content thing, I was reading about that, and that's a little bit confusing.
Right.
Like, I understand how duplicate content is bad, but how does Hreflang help with that?
Well, imagine you have the same content, but it's translated into like different languages, right?
Yeah.
To Google, that might look like you're just like trying to spam their search results
Yeah.
with the same information over and over again.
Right.
But Hreflang tags come in and they kind of clarify the situation for Google. They basically tell Google, hey, these pages are similar, but they're for different audiences.
Oh, I see.
So, you know, it's like this page is for English speakers.
Yeah.
This one's for Spanish speakers.
Right.
Even if the content's like basically the same,
Yeah.
you're targeting different groups of people.
So it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a get out of jail free card
You could say that.
for duplicate content.
It's a way to like show Google that you're playing by the rules
Right.
and that you're providing valuable localized content to users worldwide.
Right.
So it's a win-win for everyone.
Awesome. So we've got all these pluses, but the report also mentioned some downsides.
Yeah, there are definitely some potential downsides to Hreflang.
What are those?
I think the biggest one is just the complexity of it all.
Yeah.
Like Hreflang tags, they require really meticulous implementation.
Right.
And even like a minor coding error can really confuse search engines.
Oh, wow.
And that could lead to, you know, like your German website being shown to users in Spain, for example.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You want the right people seeing the right content.
So it sounds like if I mess up, Google might show my website to the wrong people entirely.
Yes, exactly.
That sounds disastrous.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
So you've got to be really careful. Like, you can't just kind of like throw it up there and hope for the best.
No, you need to have a really good plan.
You need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, and you need to be constantly monitoring it.
Yeah.
And making adjustments because like...
Because websites are always changing.
Right, exactly. They're always evolving, so you got to keep up with that.
So I'm starting to understand why this report emphasizes the need for precision and regular audits. It's not something you just want to set and forget.
No, definitely not.
Got to stay on top of it.
Yeah, it's ongoing maintenance.
Now, the report mentioned a couple experts, Sandy Rowley and Kira Koroshalova.
Yes.
And I was really interested in kind of their take on Hreflang.
Yeah, they both have really great insights.
So Sandy Rowley, what was she saying?
Well, she really stressed the importance of having a clear Hreflang strategy from the get-go. Like, before you even start implementing anything,
Right.
you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you need to know what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are your goals?
Right.
Who are you trying to reach?
Right.
And you need to fully understand all the implications of implementing Hreflang.
Because it sounds like there's a lot.
Yeah, there are.
Like, it's not just a simple thing.
No, definitely not.
You really got to think it through. So it's about having a solid plan, but also being adaptable as your website changes and grows.
Exactly.
So that's Sandy. Now, Kira, what was her take on Hreflang?
So she emphasized the human element.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. She believes that FROC tags, they're more than just like technical elements. They're about like connecting with audiences on a deeper level.
Right.
And so she really advocates for going beyond like simple translation.
Okay.
And like really considering all the cultural nuances, local preferences, even like regional variations in language.
Okay.
Like there's so much more to it than just like...
Just swapping out words.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got to really understand who you're talking to.
Right.
Okay, so it sounds like getting this right, getting Hreflang right,
Yeah.
requires a blend of technical expertise and cultural sensitivity.
Absolutely.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's really about understanding how people interact with information online and then tailoring your website to meet those diverse needs.
So let's connect this back to the listener.
Okay.
If someone is trying to build a global online presence, what does all of this mean for them?
Well, it means that Hreflang tags are like an essential tool.
Okay.
They're just one piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, think of it like building a house.
Okay.
Hreflang tags are like the foundation.
Okay.
They're crucial for stability, but you still need the walls, the roof, all the other components.
Doesn't make it a home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in the same way, you need like a holistic SEO strategy
Right.
that incorporates Hreflang, high-quality translations, culturally relevant content, and like ongoing optimization.
You can't just like build the foundation and be like, we're done.
No, you got to keep going.
That's a great way to put it.
Thanks.
So Hreflang tags, that's the foundation.
Yeah,
But the real magic happens when you build something meaningful on top of that.
exactly.
This has been incredibly insightful. I'm so glad that we had you here today to really break this down.
Thank you for having me.
This has been a great deep dive.
Yeah,
And I think I have a much better understanding of Hreflang tags now.
that's great.
Now, as a final thought for our listeners, you know, if the internet is this vast library, maybe Hreflang tags are like the index cards,
Ooh, that's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I like that.
guiding users to the right section and the perfect book in their language.
That's a great way to think about it.
So something to ponder
Mm.
as you build your own corner of the web.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We will see you next time.
See you later.